Hi, my name is Forrest Vickery. I'm the managing director of the Northern California operations for Stanley Pastorian Hill. I joined the firm back in June of 1995. When I was in college at UC Irvine studying economics and math, I was originally planning to go to graduate school. And so I took a year off from school and tried to find a job. And I ended up interviewing with Nevin Sandley, who actually happened to also be a graduate from UC Irvine in the Honors Economics program. So I saw Nevin as a possible mentor and a signal for a career that might be of interest to me. And I always had an interest in economics and finance and sort of balance of the quantitative and qualitative analysis in economics. On the one hand, we do a lot of work with family businesses and working with family companies that are looking to transition their companies from one generation to the next, and working through the family dynamics and trying to assist the overall family members in trying to work on the succession of the business. So generally speaking, I really like working with those family businesses. You know, on the litigation side of the practice, I had a case that was actually very hotly disputed for about 4 or 5 years. It was a constant battle between the attorneys, and we had a lot of challenges around the data that we could utilize in the valuation and damages analysis. So it required a lot of creative work around, sort of working around the holes and the gaps of information that we were provided. So that was a lot of fun because we had to find creative ways to solve very complex financial problems, and then provide testimony in federal court, get through a Daubert hearing. One of the challenges was that we had to make estimates for information that they wouldn't provide to us. And then provide that testimony in federal court. It was a very interesting case, lots of complex issues around damages and valuation. So it sort of brought, everything we do together into one case. So that was really challenging, but that also made it very enjoyable. And got to work with a very large team of attorneys, which made it fun too. With all the distractions that we face with, I've got my Apple Watch, I have my iPad and my laptop and phone, and there's just constant distractions from electronic devices. And years ago, I had an attorney friend that keyed me into his tip or trick, which, I now utilize, which is go hide away in a conference room somewhere and isolate yourself somewhere really quiet so that you can focus. And for me, that works out really well, just to get away from all the distractions and put your head down and focus on the issues at hand. One of the best pieces of advice I got was, I think, from a coach or a trainer when I was younger, that, sort of when faced with large obstacles or challenges, he would always tell me, just get started. And, it's kind of like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? It's like you have a big obstacle in front of you, don't get stuck in or paralyzed by the analysis paralysis, and just get started and allow, your brain and everything around you and the information to come together so that you can figure out how to solve it. But if you get stuck trying to figure out how you're going to solve it without getting going in the process, you can just get trapped and actually never accomplishing anything. Hobbies, I would say on the music side of things, I play two different instruments. One is a handpan, which is also called a hung drum. It's a hand percussion instrument, which is really fun to play. And then I play another unique instrument, which is a didgeridoo, which is an Aboriginal wind instrument from Australia. I've got probably 10 didgeridoos, ranging from agave to eucalyptus, and I even have a carbon fiber one that I travel with and play in Hawaii, where the humidity is really high. So that's a lot of fun. And then on the physical side, my wife and I like to mountain bike, and we try to get out on the water on paddle boards and just outdoor play, getting up in the mountains and in the water.